Wonderful to see you all here today. مرحبا الساعة. My name is Hamad, and it's my very great pleasure to welcome you here to the shores of Abu Dhabi. There are so many stories to tell about the amazing creatures that live in the deeps. As soon as you venture beyond your own footprint. Oh, I'm so sorry. Careful. Are you right? I'm fine. Alhamdulillah. That must have been a very urgent message you had to send.
It was just a selfie in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, see? And what else have you photographed to send to your friends? Some of the famous landmarks of Abu Dhabi, perhaps? Or traditional boat? Or some of the local sea life?
Not yet, but I hope I see a dugong. If I do, I will definitely take a picture.
Okay. You have certainly come to the right place for dugongs. A great many of them have found shelter in our waters. But the best thing to take a closer look is to go diving.
No, thank you, diving is not my thing.
Wait a minute. Don't I know you? I do. You are Fahd, right? Fahd.
Yes, I'm fine.
Fahd, I haven't seen you since you're about this high. Don't you remember how you used to beg me to tell you a story every time I came to visit your grandfather? Hamad!
Of course, Hamad. Hamad, the storyteller.
That was your grandfather's nickname for me. Probably because there is nothing that I like more than telling stories.
I certainly remember your story about Budari. I had nightmares for weeks. Every single night, the horrible monster dragged me under the water. And do you know what he did then? He ate me for supper.
Why did he just tell you scary stories? Don't you remember some of the others? What about all the time I told you about the amazing creature that live beneath the waves? Do you remember the one about the family of dolphins who traveled from afar to explore the wonders of the Arabian Gulf? Or the story about Ahmed the Hamur, who studied so hard so he could join the school of fish?
Not really.
What about the adventure of Saif, the sea turtle? He hitched a ride on the currents of the Arabian Gulf.
I'm sorry.
I cannot believe you have forgotten everything. What about the dugongs? The dugongs. Don't you remember the story about how they were mistaken for mermaids?
That sounds familiar. Is there one about the fisherman?
Sound familiar? I should hope so. What about you guys? Do you know the tale of the fisherman and the mermaid? Yes or no? Okay, first, let me ask you all a question. How many of you believe that mermaids exist? Whoa, so many, amazing. Okay, let me tell you a story that my father told to me and my father's father told to him. A story that one day will pass on to children. So traditions and legends will live on.
At least I remember how the stories all start.
That's great.
This happened, or maybe it did not.
The time is now past and much is forgot. There was once a fisherman named Sultan. He was so poor, he could scarcely support his wife and 3 children. Day after day, week after week, month after month, Sultan threw his net into the waves, and each time his net returned it empty. Finally, the day came when Sultan was in despair. How could he feed his family? Oh, fortune, he cried. Send me a son that I'm meant to live by the sea if I cannot go on like this. He vowed, if his net returned it empty one more time, he will abandon his life at the sea and turn to the land for sustenance. And so it came to pass that Sultan threw his net into the waves one last time. And this time, fortune smiled upon him. guys, there, caught in his neck, was a mermaid.
What did Sultan do?
What would you do? What would you do, guys? Would you keep her forever?
No.
Would you steal her beautiful pearls?
No.
Would you let her go?
Yes.
Yes! And that's exactly what Sultan did. The mermaid was so beautiful. She shimmered with all the jewel-like colors of the ocean, from vivid turquoise to the deepest gold of the sun. And her crown of coral was decorated with lustrous pearls. She was a marvel to behold. Sultan had no thought of reward in his heart when he freed her, and yet rewarded he was. To thank him, the mermaid brought him a gift from the deep. A golden shell brimming with perfumed oil. Do you know what that oil did?
What?
It allowed Sultan to breathe underwater.
Sultan was so lucky.
He certainly was. The mermaid opened his eyes to the marvel that lie beneath the waves. She showed him beauty such as he never imagined, wonders beyond compare, right there in the ocean heart. Sultan could not express his thanks enough. As he waved goodbye, he knew that he would never think of leaving the sea again. For what man could turn his back to such beauty?
And they lived forever after in happiness and bliss.
They did. It's time for me to get to work.
That was a great story, Haman. I can't believe I forgot how wonderful. You always made the ocean see.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you